Hello all, I'm the Holon Phantom, and for today's video I wanted to go over my deck collection with you guys, so you can see what I've got here, and also just to go over a couple of quick updates for the channel. So here we go. Some of you may have seen in the past live battles that I've posted that I do have quite a few of the World Championships decks every year since 2004. The Pokemon Company has printed these ready-made championship decks, usually the winning list for every year. We've got all the way over here from 2004 all the way to 2019 here, these last four decks: Pikachu, Zekrom, Charizard, Reshiram, Blacephalon, and Mewtwo and Mew were printed in 2019. And because of the state of the world, with everything going on, there wasn't any World Championships in 2020 and in 2021, so unfortunately there weren't any decks printed for those 2 years. But I've also got some more decks beyond the printed ones. These are my homemade ones that I've been making for a long time now, spanning through pretty much the entire history of the Pokemon game. Over here on the top left, I've got some base set through Team Rocket decks. We've got Mewtwo, Blastoise, Wigglytuff, Snorlax, and Moltres. Actually, I still need to sleeve up the Moltres deck. And then going forward, everything is in chronological order. We got some Team Rocket through Neo decks. The top deck over here is Feraligatr, one of the best decks in the format, followed by Blaine's Arcanine, and then kind of going down the list. Starting over here with a Dark, hard to focus, here we go, Dark Gengar, that's a 2003 deck, and then moving over to this side, a couple more 2003 decks. We got Scizor, Meganium, and Entei. I didn't make any 04 decks, but I skipped over to 05 with Dark Tyranitar there. That's a Rock Lock deck, Zapdos, Dark Dragonite, and then for 06, I've got Flareon, Ariados, and Raichu Exeggutor. In 07, I've got Infernape with Delcatty, Meta Knight and Dragonite. Oh, sorry, Metagross and Dragonite. The name of the deck is Meta Knight. And actually, fun fact, this Meta Knight deck is the very first retro format deck I ever built. It is my favorite deck of all time. I have the 2007 version of the deck. So when anybody wants to play any retro formats, my go-to is usually the 07 format because this is my favorite deck to play. And then over to 08, I've got Leafeon level X, Glaceon level X. And on this side, I've got, camera can't reach, sorry. It's hooked up to my laptop. I've got Ho-Oh over there. That's going to be featured in an upcoming video I'm going to be posting pretty soon. And then for 09, I've got Palkia level X. For 2010, I've got Dialga level X, Steelix, and Zoroark. I've actually used all three of those decks in some recent videos. So if anybody saw the ones that I've posted, I got Dialga versus Luxchamp. It was Steelix versus, what was it, Gyarados. And Zoroark versus Reshiram Typhlosion. Actually, now that I think about it, this Zoroark deck is not a 2010, it's 2011, sorry. And then I've got Mew Toolbox deck with Vileplume. Actually, I don't use this deck all that often, to be honest, so I might take it apart and use the cards to build other decks, but we'll see how it goes. I've got a 2014 Yveltal Black Kyurem with Blastoise. That's a fun deck. Trubbish is a really fun deck. I love using this one with the Tool Drop attack, and actually I'm really glad to see that the Tool Drop mechanic was brought back for the Brilliant Stars set with, I believe, Pachirisu being the Tool Drop Pokemon. So here's hoping that's going to be a fun deck to play. Over to this side, we've got Vileplume for 2016, Night March. Night March is really similar to the current format's, what's it called? Mad Party deck, discarding Pokemon to increase the attack power of the Pokemon in the deck. And actually, Night March, for those of you who don't know it, is the first deck of that archetype. So it was a really good deck back in the day, 2016. Next to that, we've got Trevenant Break, a really good deck with Trevenant for item locking. And then moving over to this side, Mega Rayquaza, again, sorry, my camera doesn't exactly reach all the way over here. Mega Rayquaza on the left for 2016. Ultra Necrozma GX is 2017, I believe. And then I didn't make decks between 2017 to 2020. So skipping over to 2020, we've got Decidueye, Blacephalon, Pikachu Zekrom, Eternatus, and of course Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia with Zacian V. So like I said earlier, the 2020 format didn't have its own World Championships, so no decks like these were printed for 2020. So I kind of took the liberty of making some decks myself. These are just some of my favorite decks for the year, so I decided to make my own versions of them. So if anybody wants to see these played, I can certainly do a couple of live battles with these. And then switching over to 2021, again, there wasn't any World Championship for 2021. The closest we had was the Players' Cup 4 that happened during the summer. And actually these three decks were taken from the some of the top lists of the Players' Cup. We've got on the left ADP with the Galarian Moltres. In the middle is Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX. And on the right is Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. I am still working on the fourth deck for 2021. It's going to be the Spiritomb deck that also made it into the top cut of the Players' Cup 4. So once Spiritomb is done, I'll have all four decks from 2021. And then switching over to the current meta, I've got Single Strike Urshifu VMAX, and next to that I've got Zacian V. So these are my two current format decks. I'm also working on a Mad Party deck. I love using Mad Party. But I'm waiting for Brilliant Stars to be released. It's coming out in a couple weeks, so once that set comes out, I'll be updating my Mad Party list. And also, at some point, I do want to build a Mew VMAX deck. I don't have the cards for it right now, and honestly, I haven't really been focusing on making Mew VMAX, as pretty much everybody plays it, so I wanted to try something a little bit different, which is why I'm focusing on Mad Party. So yeah, these are the decks that I have. So altogether, oh, come on, focus. Altogether, I've got over 100 decks, either the World Championship ones or the homemade ones. So if anybody wants to see any live matches featuring any of these decks, just let me know down in the comments below, and I'll try to accommodate as many of those requests as I can. I do have kind of a bit of a backlog building up already. Like I said, I will be having the Ho-Oh deck featured. And actually, that's going to be a cross-generational battle. It's going to be the 2008 Ho-Oh deck, right there on the left, going up against the 2006 Lugia deck. And I know those two cards didn't exist in the format at the same time, but it was a request that I got that somebody wanted to see Lugia versus Ho-Oh. And I thought that would be a fun match to feature. So if anybody wants to see any cross-generational matches, I'm totally open to that. So for example, if you wanted to see like an original deck from the OG days, like if you wanted to see Blastoise over there versus, I don't know, like Urshifu VMAX over here, I'll totally do that. The battle probably won't take that long, but it'll be interesting to try it out. I won't say no to that. And also, if there's any decks that you do want to see, but you don't see featured here, you can just let me know. I might have the cards available to make some more decks. And if I do have the cards, I'll certainly try to accommodate as many of the requests as I can. So that'll be cool. Let's see, what other updates have I got? Oh yeah, another featured match coming up is going to be the 2019. It's going to be Pikachu Zekrom versus Reshiram Charizard. I've got that one lined up. And I've also got a 2016 match coming up over there. It's kind of hard to see. Way on the left is Yanmega Break. I'll probably have it go up against Greninja Break. So that'll be another matchup that I'll have featured, along with a couple of more top 10 lists. I'm still working on the top 10 lists. Those usually take a lot more work than the live battles. But I'll still keep cranking them out as long as people want to see them. And yeah, I think that does it for today. So if anybody's got any, like I said, battle requests or top 10 list requests, just let me know down in the comments below. and I'll try to get through as many as I can. So I think it's going to be it for today. So everybody, thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is the Holon Phantom logging out.